Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. Was good. So yeah, last night I was supposed to have a show, and then I got home. I got home at about I want to say 5 o'clock, right? So I got home and I was like, you know what? I got some time. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna take a nap. I took a nap. I woke up like about 10. Sometimes your body will let you know what the story is. So yeah, I guess my body needed me to invest in myself and invest in some rest. So I got some. This morning, what are we waking up to? This morning, we're waking up to the crypto market taking a hit. We're waking up to the Dow not looking all that great. Looking okay, but not looking all that great. And one of the reasons why is because, well, we have the possibility of the United States government having a shutdown. And that's always nice, right? That's always great. I'm being facetious. So with the government shutdown, that would not bode well for any of us. But if you look at the bright side, it does, doesn't it? Because it says, hey, we can go buy some stuff. And that's the idea. I'm looking at prices right now, and I'm sitting here thinking, this is a good thing. Good morning, Rick Ritchie. I hope all is well with you and yours. Pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. So that's kind of a big deal. And then I started thinking, well, I can go out here and I can buy some stuff, which would be great, right? But what else is there? It's not just crypto. It's not just crypto. You have a lot of people that are looking at not such great situations at the moment. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, okay, so are there any companies that are not looking at such great situations at the moment? Why? Oh, because they could be up for sale. Right now, we're looking at tariffs taking a hit, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but that's just a stone cold fact. Stone cold fact, right? Tariffs are hitting us. And although companies want their customers to pay more tariffs, they're not going to be able to push that along as easily as they thought. So that might not be a thing, right? But somebody's got to pay those tariffs. Companies have already paid about $250 billion because of those tariffs. That's a problem. Something else that's looming, like, you know, we haven't discussed the litany of stuff, it seems, that we have to keep track of as we move forward. Tariffs, taxes, which are taxes. We also have the real estate problem. Yes, there's a real estate problem. There's an insurance problem. And now there's a healthcare problem. That's right. So the way the big beautiful bill was written is that we're not going to feel those hits until after the 2026 election. That's not the point. The point is that we're not going to feel that off in the future. Bad planning means that they also put an end to the funding or the credits for the ACA, Affordable Care Act. That causes a problem. What's the problem with that, Eddie? Oh, everybody's freaking prices are going to go up by like not a little bit, by a lot. So anywhere between 50 and 75% you're going to see as the upward momentum for your healthcare if you're involved in the ACA. That's a massive problem. That is a massive problem. So when I sit back and I look at that, I'm kind of like, we've got a little bit of a situation here. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. And then, of course, there you go. Government shutdown could happen next week. Oh, so we've got a perfect storm of crap that we've got to deal with right now. Yes, that's right. But if you're in a position where you'll be okay, hear me out, where you'll be okay and you have money to invest, whether it be via dollar cost averaging or you've got a chunk that you can invest over time, create a DCA, something like that, I would go talk to a financial advisor because I'm not one. I'm sharing with you my ideas. Now, but that's what I would do. Now, something else that people aren't thinking about. They laid off the U.S. government, although they want to bring back some of those people, they laid off about 200,000 people from their jobs. And they took packages that now end in September. So some of those people they're looking to hire back because, yeah, that Doge thing didn't quite work out the way they thought. So now what's going on? You still have a chunk of those people that are going to be pounding the pavement looking for jobs. That's just a few 100,000 people. So that number is going to hit at some point. So yes, we're expecting a jobs report now. It's not going to hit now. Why? Because they get paid through the end of September. So technically, they're still employed. So when those numbers do hit, then what? You have tens of thousands of people. Like I said, about 200,000 people were laid off. Some of them might get their jobs back because they have to be rehired by the government. The government's kind of like, oh, we fired too many people. Oh, that could be a problem. Yeah. So you hire some of those people back, but the rest of them are going to be looking for jobs. They probably have already been looking for jobs. But those jobs numbers haven't hit. So you've got people that were let go, right? Some people will get hired back. Some people have also found jobs. And then you have the rest of those numbers that are going to hit the jobs report at some point. Yay. That's going to be an interesting month, don't you think? What, November, December timeframe? Maybe October? Late October? See what I mean? And then when the ACA numbers hit, you're going to have a lot of people screaming. Because how are they going to pay for healthcare? 75%, anywhere between 50 and 75%. Wow. That's going to be up. So that's a lot to contend with. A hell of a lot. So I'm not looking for great economic data, stemming from all this. I'm paying attention to each one of those things. People up here don't care about that stuff. And the people down here, where we've got to go find jobs, we got to put food on the table. We have to make sure that little Johnny's arm gets fixed when he breaks it playing baseball or football. Yeah. You start to realize, oh, maybe I should be paying attention to this stuff. And then you turn around and you look at the crypto market that has taken a dive. Bitcoin, when I woke up this morning, rolled over, looked at my phone, and was 111. 111? What? Then I looked down a little bit, and then I saw, is that Ethereum at a 4,000 number? Yes, it was. It was indeed Ethereum at a 4,000 number. That was great. That was a lot of fun seeing that number. It's at 4029 right now. Yay. You should be saying yay. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. Unless you can't take advantage of the opportunity, in which case you'll just be like, okay. But if you can take advantage of that opportunity, that's a big opportunity. It's a big opportunity. I mean, BNB is down. BNB is down about 3.52%. We'll go over the numbers later, but we're seeing red, like straight up across the board. Even high-flying Aster is down. Just saying, things that we should be paying attention to. It's interesting. Let me get to the rest of the news. We've got Circle is tapping Crossmint to expand USDC to target billions of users, including AI agents. Did you hear me? Yeah. Everybody's looking to empower AI agents to make payments or buy things on your behalf. That's a problem. That's a security risk, and we should probably get into that on Saturday. We should really get into that on Saturday. These people are putting like crazy hope and praise into AI, and they're not understanding that, that should not be a thing right now. Nope. Not when you have AI hallucinating, getting things wrong, and actively stopping you from shutting it down. Yeah. AI is doing stuff already. And like I said, do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. All this stuff is already out there. You don't have to listen to the AI expert over here. Just go do your own research. Go do your thing. Yep. What else is going on? SEC has approved Hashdex's ETF expansion, adding XRP, SOL, and XLM That's right. To Bitcoin and Ethereum, signaling a crypto ETF boom that's about to happen. Remember what I said? That they were kind of waiting. They were manipulating the ETF approvals. I told you the timing. I told you it would be around this time. And you can see it start to happen now. You can see it start to happen right now. So I'm sitting back and I'm just chilling, relaxing, looking at all this, saying to myself, ooh, that's going to be interesting. That right there is going to be interesting. Why so, Eddie? Well, because you have all this bad news that's coming, that they knew was coming, because they have a calendar the same way I do. And they're trying to time all this good news to try to drown it out. You're not going to drown out us having a crisis on our hands, because we could have a government that shuts down. Yay. Just saying. U.S. Senate is going to debate crypto taxation. Yeah. I told you before that there's going to have to, it's not just crypto, and I think they're short-sighted. I think they're too small-minded. It's not just about crypto. It's not just about today. It's about, as crypto grows, do you see the death of fiat? Fundamental question. And I'm not being funny. I'm not being overly dramatic or any one of those things. Do you see the death of fiat around the world as crypto grows? Period. Not even a question mark. Then have the taxation and conversation. Then do that. Until you can answer that question for yourself, maybe you should take a seat. Because that is real. That's a real question. And I don't think it's a question. I think fiat around the world drops dead. And it could be sooner than even I think. It could be sooner than even I think. Why? Levels the playing field. It absolutely levels the playing field. It doesn't say that it's going to get rid of corruption. It doesn't say that it's going to get rid of manipulation or anything else like that. But it will absolutely have a leveling effect. Right? It will absolutely have a leveling effect. Ohio becomes is trying to become the first state level to accept crypto for payments. Whoa, baby. Like I said, leveling. Then you have Circle facing backlash for even thinking about introducing a method to recall crypto. You know what that means? That means you receive some USDC, and then they can claw it back. Circle faces backlash for introducing reversible payments and privacy features in USDC, sparking debates over crypto's core principles and blockchain innovation. Circle can go kick rocks. But here's the deal, though. If you are, in my humble opinion, if you are a stable coin that has to abide by your country's rules, let's say the United States, when you put those rules together, does it turn your stable coin into a CBDC? I've been saying it for a while. Nobody should be shocked. Nobody should be shocked. And we'll probably get into this a little bit later on today. Rick Ritchie, you're amazingly quiet. I'm surprised. So I don't see it. I don't see how stable coins don't turn into pseudo CBDCs with some of the rules that are going on around the world. So having the ability to claw that back, yeah, that's like a core thing. Remember what I said about CBDCs? You walk into Dairy Queen and somebody says, oh no, you're not allowed to use your CBDC there. You can only use it here. Or we'll just take it back because obviously you don't know how to manage your money. Talk about control. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in anybody's reclamation of my money. Nope. Not interested. Go take a walk. Long walk, short pier, plank. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nah. Nope. Nope. Don't agree with that. Australia unveils strict crypto regulations requiring licensing for platforms while offering flexibility for smaller operators. Yeah, they're trying to crack down on just everybody going hog wild, doing whatever it is they feel like doing. They've got to rein it in. Even it's bad if Australia says, "Hey guys, we got to rein this in." I'm just saying. The Philippines is using blockchain via Integrity Chain to combat corruption, enhancing government transparency and public accountability through transparent tech. They've been trying to do this for a while. Trying to clean things up, trying to move them in the right direction. I'd like to see how this actually works out. Now, the other day, yesterday, I told you about how bots could be used to validate, non-digital data, right? Here's something for you. Not for validation, but more bots. Peak, P-E-A-Q, first told to us by one of the big baggers, Mr. Biggs. Peak's blockchain-driven robo-farm combines AI tokenization and vertical farming, turning crop yields into NFTs to achieve 10x resource efficiency and democratic agriculture investment. Yeah, that's huge. I don't care where you are in the world. There are very few places that don't have a food problem. And right there could be a solution. We have hungry people all over the world, and there are so many ways that we can grow food on the cheap. That should not be an issue. It should not be an issue. So I'm interested in this. I'm interested to invest, not just so I can make money, but to see if it can help some other people. Yeah, so I'm interested in that one. Naver and Upbit are merging. Never heard of Naver? Neither have I. Apparently, it's a South Korean internet company, and they're merging. That's big. Charles Hughes, good morning. They're going to be blending payments, e-commerce, and crypto trading, marking a bold leap into the future of finance. Now that's interesting. Remember when I told you that there were going to be strange bedfellows as we move forward? There you go. There's an example of strange bedfellows, but not so strange. They're an internet service provider, probably holding on to tons of e-commerce websites. And there you go with a new service called Upbit. Yeah. You see how that works? Crypto is getting involved and seeping into so many different aspects of life. That's another way that we could see retail adoption of crypto. Big news. Big news right there. It seems small, but I think, for me, I think it's big. Now, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. Of course, I have more news, but I can sit here and talk to you about news all day long. There's tons of news out there. But let's go take a look at the numbers. All right. All right. Let me get my notes, actually. Yeah, get my notes out of the way. Start here. So Dow Futures up plus 28. Basically unchanged. 0.06% move. Basically unchanged. S&P futures up down 5.75. Down. That's about 0.09% change. Nasdaq futures down 38.75. That's a 0.16% change. Oil down 4.5, and the 10-year up 0.005. Yeah. Everybody's kind of waiting on, we have a jobs report coming out. Big deal, big whoop. No, everybody's focused acutely in the United States, acutely focused on our government staying open, which I think is going to shut down. And here's my issue. It shouldn't be shutting down. I don't want to get political, but it shouldn't be shutting down. It just should not be. It should not be a thing. Who do we have reporting today? Costco, Accenture. Now, Costco's numbers were not great, or have not been great. except that they always make money. And and here's something I want people to understand. Costco could make more money. Costco could absolutely make more money. But that hot dog will be the same price. Costco is not here to gouge everybody. Costco, the way they run their business, Costco is here to make money and give people what they need. They have defined enough. So when the stock market says, oh, Costco's not doing great, Costco, blah, 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 they are making money. It's a healthy company. It's in the black. Whenever I hear about a company and they say, oh, it's not making enough money. What do you mean it's not making enough money? It's making money. It's making money. If it's positive, it's making money. If it's up more than what it made before, it's making money. At what point is enough enough? They can make more money. They can cut costs over here. They can do this and they can do that. Why? Because by cutting costs, that's code word for they can fire people. Nah. So yeah, there are certain companies out there that I think they've defined enough. And even though they're publicly traded, they're kind of like, shareholders get enough. We're going to take care of our people and we're going to take care of our customers. I like that. So I will always like Costco. As long as they keep doing that, I will always like Costco. Let's see, what else do we have going on a Thursday? Tons of Fed speak, jobless claims, GDP, the third estimate, advanced U.S. trade balance, advanced retail inventories. I mean, today is a good numbers day, but it's mostly a Fed speak day. Pay attention to that Fed speak. I keep telling you, pay attention to that Fed speak. Fear and greed index is at 44, which means it was 44 yesterday. It's 44 today. Nobody wants to move. For the first time in a few weeks, we are below $150 billion in total value locked. Yeah, that's sad, but it is what it is. And we look at my trend line, and unfortunately, we seem to be following this. I'm hoping that there's a change soon. I'm hoping that there's a change like right about here, and then we start going up again. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. We've got to establish that upward momentum. Maybe that happens when the government doesn't shut down or shuts down for like a split second and comes back. And then all of a sudden you have all the ETFs hitting at the right time. You just have a lot of stuff that comes in that says, yes, that's what's up. We could still have a great October. So I'm looking at things right now and I'm saying to myself, yeah, I'm thinking about buying a lot of stuff. So today I'll be reviewing my portfolio. I don't know what's going on with Coinbase 360. There you go. Come on. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. This is what we need. Everything is red, 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 red. Tell me what you see here that would not be an opportunity. I see a lot of opportunities. Doge is down significantly. Link is fighting to stay above 20. Yeesh. And you're talking about if I was to buy Link right now at 20 and its recent number was 25. Who doesn't want a quick 25%? Because I think it'll be quick. So yeah, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm kind of like, yeah, I can deal with that. BNB would be up. Sol, I think, would go up if you're into that kind of thing. Avalanche, ADA, XLM, SUI, XLM, XRP, Sol, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and what was the other one? No, XLM, I said it. Yeah. Because of Hashdex. I'd be incredibly interested right now. Just saying. Is it possible we could see ETH in the 3,000 numbers? Yeah. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah. I know. I know. I'm a bad boy. I get it. But look at these numbers. I mean, still, we're looking at certain things still being up for the year. Again, I pay attention to the rhythm of a coin, right? Pay attention to the rhythm of a coin. If you pay attention to the rhythm of a coin, when good news hits, when bad news hits, you can better gauge how that coin's going to react. Unfortunately, we're down a little bit. So good news about Hashdex didn't hit so well. Now, if we can get the government to not shut down, well, then everything is going to start swinging this way, right? So that when you start to hear, oh, an ETF, oh, approval, that could lead to a nice big jump. And then after that jump, I'll probably get out. Just saying, it's probably the game plan. Probably the game plan. I mean, everybody's down right now. But I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, oh, there are so many things that I could be buying that could make me happy. Woof. Just pay attention, folks. Pay attention. Pay attention to the losers right now. Let's see. Aster down 14%. But look at the number. It's still up. Yeah, I'm not crying at all. I got in at like $1.45 on one set. I got in at $1.50 on another set. Yeah, I'm not upset at all. I'm fine. GMB X factor is 0.19. Who's upset about that? Yeah, to me, this is nothing more than another opportunity to get in. Maybe I'll wait a little bit, see if it dips a little bit more, and then buy some more. Pump.fun down 13%. GMB X factor of 0.70. If you believe in Pump.fun, that could be a good time for you to get in. Maybe wait a little bit, see if it dips down a little bit more. That could be something. Let's see. Avalanche down 9.64. GMB X factor of 3.69. Kronos, interesting. Down 8% with a GMB X factor of 4.12. Do you recall who else is involved in Kronos? Yeah, go look that up. Zebek down 7.31% with a GMB X factor of 0.86. Zebek's doing some stuff. Could this be a good time to get in? Maybe. 6 point down. I mean, yeah, Zebek's down 7.31. It could be a good time to get in for Zebek. Mantle, have never touched it. Haven't done any kind of research on it. It's down 6.92% with a GMB X factor of 0.12. Wow. That says it's been setting records. Maybe I should do some research. Maybe I should have done the research a long time ago. Quant is down 6.92, GMB X factor of 3.71. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't have anything else on this list that I actually care about. What are the winners looking like? Yeah, it's not a thing. Zcash, I don't touch Zcash. And then immediately you hit my 5% rule. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here that's making me jump for joy or anything else like that. But there's a lot of stuff going on for the economy that we're in right now. We should be paying close attention to what's going on with healthcare, what's going on with insurance, what's going on with the tariffs. Notice you haven't heard about any massive deals. We've been chasing companies away. What's the status of that? Are these companies going to come back? So there's a lot for us to pay attention to from an economic perspective. And I would take that, look at the United States, and then start looking globally. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you enjoy what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, smash the likes. Tell your friends about us. Did you know that we're above 23,500 subscribers? It's working, people. It's working. People are finding out about this community and joining in. That's what's up. I'll see you tonight on the Crypto Overflow. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. If I need to, I'll take a nap today, and I promise I'll set my alarm. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, thank you for your trust. Everybody have a good one. Bye-bye.